Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. Today we're just in our indoor greenhouse and we are going to be discussing fertilizing your seedlings that you have started inside. So you're going to look for two things when your seedlings are ready to be fertilized and your little plants are ready. You're going to look for size. So you want them to be a couple inches high. So I've got some tomato plants here, but I'm just going to show you, for example, on these peppers because they're not as big as the tomatoes. So we've got our little peppers here. These are probably a little too small to fertilize still, and I haven't thinned them out yet. So I still have the 3 seeds that germinated in this pot, and I have to come through now and I have to pluck away any of the weaker plants and leave one of the strongest plants left. So I've already done that with the tomatoes. So I've gone through and I have basically just looked at, you're looking for the stem and the leaves and basically just picking the strongest, healthiest looking plant and literally plucking the other ones away. So here's, for example, the peppers. I would just pull the plant away. And now we've got 2, and you're going to get that down to 1. So with the peppers, or sorry, the tomatoes, we actually pulled away the strongest plant and we buried them even deeper. So these are actually quite tall now if I was to pull these back out of the soil, but we dug them down, or sorry, buried them down, because actually these little guys, these little furs on your tomatoes are actually roots just waiting to be established. So if I planted that even deeper, then the roots are just going to keep coming. So anyways, I up potted these and so they're ready to go. So number one thing when you're looking for your seedlings to fertilize them is making sure that they're big enough. So like I said, these ones aren't really big enough, but these ones in behind, once these have been thinned out, these are big enough. So you're looking for height and you're also looking for the true leaves. So once they've got their set of true leaves. So when you're looking for that, if you're a brand new gardener, you've got your plant will produce a first set of leaves. And then anything above that, it starts to produce its true leaves. So it's the same on a pepper plant. If we come and looked at the pepper plant over here, it had produced its first set of leaves down here. And then up here, we've got our true leaves. So once it's got at least a set or 2 of true leaves, we're ready to go. So I pick a fertilizer that's organic. You can argue, people can argue what the best fertilizer is. A lot of people actually use this fish emulsion in their house. I personally am not going to do that. I thought about it, but it stinks, and I have dogs that'll be attracted to these plants if I start putting fish emulsion on it. So I'm just going to use an organic fertilizer. You're looking at your numbers here, your NPK numbers. As long as they all have, 1 or 2 in there, you're getting the nitrogen and everything that you need, then you're good to go for that. Another way you can tell that your plant needs some fertilizer is color deficiencies. So if I had a tomato, for example, a cherokee purple tomato, they are going to have a little bit of a purple undertone to the stalks and the stems and the leaves. But if I have just like a generic beef tomato and it starts to change color on me, if it starts going yellow or purple, then there's probably some sort of nitrogen or phosphorus deficiency in the plant and it needs to be fertilized. So that's the basics of fertilizing. I bottom water, so instead of putting the fertilizer on the top, I come into my tray and I put you dilute your fertilizer in the water according to the instructions on the bottle, and I bottom water in there, and that's pretty much it for fertilizing your plants and when to do it. And like this guy here, he's starting to turn yellow. He needs some nitrogen, so we're gonna get some nitrogen in him. He's actually kind of getting wilty, so we're gonna fix that. But other than that, we've got some strong plants here. We're ready to fertilize. Just in reference time for time, we're at about week 3 or 4. And now we're gonna fertilize about once a week. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments section and I will be sure to answer them. Talk to you later. Bye.